Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Stumble98, and welcome to my BingoSync tutorial. Now, while I am a channel solely focused on the Sonic fan game Sonic Project 06, this BingoSync tutorial applies to literally any game, any real-life bingo you want to play. You can do this with any challenges, any whatever. If you don't know what BingoSync is, it is a website where you can create a room and you and other people from anywhere in the world can join that room and all play on the same bingo board. Most popularly, it's used for playing bingo games and video games with speedrunning like Legend of Zelda and stuff like that. So today, I am going to show you how to use BingoSync. I am going to show you how to create your own custom board, and maybe just a few little details here and there, as well as having a demo of it in action on in the game. So to start off here, we have to go to bingosync.com. All links to everything I'm going to have in this video are going to be in the description. So once you hop on over to bingosync.com, you're gonna see this giant list of names of different rooms that people have made all down here. And creating a new room. Creating a new room is what we're going to want to do. So, because I'm a Sonic P06 guy, I'm going to go ahead and use Sonic P06 as my demonstration. Because I've used BingoSync before, I can go ahead and just go from this drop down here, make the room name Sonic P06, make myself a password. I'm just going to use 4 Qs because I don't care that much. Nickname here is going to be Stelmo98. And now here's where where things get interesting. So when you click this game here, there's a drop-down menu. There are a lot of games that already have a preset, and if you want to, there's actually instructions in the About section on BingoSync in order to get your game to just have an official, like, BingoSync game board. There are some advantages and disadvantages to that, like you would have to, if you were to add new challenges to the bingo board, you would have to constantly recontact the guy who made BingoSync, and then he would have to update it from there. Which is, I'm pretty sure what happens, not entirely sure. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. However, one thing that was made for BingoSync, which is super useful, especially in my case with Sonic P06, is all the way at the bottom, we have custom. So custom is how we're going to make our own challenges. The board size for BingoSync is always going to be 5x5. You can't make it any larger. With a little bit of tweaking, you can make it smaller if you want, and you can only do that on a fixed board variant, which means you have 25 challenges that will all be in the same spot on the board in the same order. So what you could do is you could organize your challenges to where it's a 3x3, and then the rest of the squares just have like not applicable in them or something like that. Speaking of variants, if I go on down here, there's a couple different ones. The main two I'm going to talk about are fixed board and randomize. As I just said, fixed board is going to put your challenges in the order in which you list them on the board from left to right, top to bottom. So if you want to make a specific challenge for a tournament or something, you can do something like that. My personal favorite, what I like to do, is randomize. Randomize, you can put literally as many challenges as you want in the list, and it's going to pick 25 of them and just put them on the board. There actually is a little bit of code, if you know how to make JSON files, which I'll get into in a second, where you can actually adjust the difficulty of each challenge if you want to. Personally, for me, I like to keep everything on the same, like everything as the same difficulty level, just to allow for more randomization and strategy that comes for stuff. So that's how I'm going to do it. Again, you can read in the BingoSync About section, which I'll have a link in the description, on how exactly everything works with that. So now for the somewhat tricky part. If you're familiar with like pastebin.com and JSON files, this is going to be super intuitive to you. If you are not to worry. I'm going to explain it here the best I can. And thankfully, BingoSync already does some of the work for me. So you can see here, this is just like instructions on how to format your challenges. So it's going to tell us that we have to paste the board as a JSON list of goals. What does that mean? That means we need to start, we will always start with an open square bracket, and then we need to have a curly brace, quotation name, colon, quotation, our challenge, quotation, curly brace, comma. That is one part of our list. So in Sonic P06 specifically, what I did is I went ahead and created a spreadsheet here of all the different tasks I want in our bingo. There's quite a lot, and the silver release hasn't even come out yet, so we're going to be adding even more for that. Now, what I've done is, again, the reason I like BingoSync here is I can just add a challenge. If I see the challenge fit to add to the board, I can just add it to the list. And with my knowledge of Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, whichever way you want to do it, I made a section where you can literally, where it literally translates the goal into the JSON list format with the curly brace, name, comma, all that stuff. So just for example, if I were to add, say, I with Sonic, something like that on here, I can go ahead and just do that there, and it's already coded for BingoSync, which is really, really cool. This particular sheet, talking about P06 specifically, if you want to make suggestions, I have a suggestions tab here in order to put suggestions in for that, but I'm the only one who can modify the actual board itself. If you want to just take this as a template for yourself, you can just come to the link that's in the description, make a copy, and you'll have your own copy that you can edit to your heart's desire. In order to put my challenges in the board, I'm going to put a square brace right there. I'm going to go to my second section here where everything is already coded as a JSON list. I'm going to drag my mouse, oh my goodness, right there. And I'm going to drag it down. I know that I have 154 challenges specifically. So once I see that count in the bottom right here is 154, I'm going to Control-C, which is going to copy everything. And then I'm going to come back to BingoSync. I'm going to paste. And now everything is good there. If you want to, you can delete certain challenges that you might find too hard. I know that a lot of times we remove the have all of Sonic's gems at max level or something like that if we want faster games. So feel free if you want to remove certain challenges from the list. Be my guest. The important thing to note is that after you paste, at the very end, we want to delete that final comma to denote that this is the end of our list. And I'm going to put a right square bracket. And that's the JSON setup file. Okay, moving on. Now that we got our board made, we're going to move on to mode here. There's non-lockout and lockout. Non-lockout means that two players can occupy the exact same square on the board. So if you're doing a blackout board style thing, who can get all of the squares filled first, you'd want to do that. My personal favorite is lockout, which means if I have highlighted a square, nobody else who's playing can highlight that same square, unless they're on the same team, of course, which is really, really cool. So there's a lot of strategy to, doing certain things and not doing certain things and, counterplaying people and all that stuff. So I really like doing lockout. Seed, I think is any number between 1 and I think it's 256 to the power of 256. Actually, my bad. It's between the numbers 1 and then 2 to the power of 255. That's what it is. So you have that many different seeds to choose from. They have to be only numbers. So just for demonstration, we'll do seed 1, 2, 3, 4, because why not? Finally, if you want to join the room as a spectator to where you can't, interact with the game at all, you can do it that way. Or if you want to hide the card initially, which is something that I recommend doing, you can do that. So we're going to go ahead and make our room here. Again, feel free to scrub the video, go back, check out things, my explanation for that kind of stuff, so you can figure things out at your own pace. That's the beauty of YouTube. So moving on here, we are actually in the BingoSync now for Sonic P06. As you can see, because I selected hide the card initially, I have to click the card to reveal the bingo board. So here we are. It took 25 of our options from the list and put it on the bingo board here. And now the goal is to either get a bingo, get as many squares. You can literally make up whatever rules that you want. There's 10 different colors to choose from. If you want to do teams, everyone on the same team has to be the same color, which makes sense. If not, you do a free-for-all or a 1v1 or whatever, you would want to pick 2 different colors. I'll pick brown just for ease of reading. If I'm in Sonic P06 and I complete a challenge, I just left-click on there. The room feed's going to tell everybody that I did that challenge. And booyah, I've already got 1 square down. If you want to highlight the entire row to make it easier for you to see, you can go ahead and just highlight row 1. It's going to just highlight it. top left, bottom right, bottom left, top right, all the columns. That way it's easy for you. Another thing you can do is you can right click. This is for yourself. Obviously, if you didn't mark it off, but if you want to remember, because things in bingo, especially when you're doing races and challenges and stuff, you can easily lose track of things that you want to do on the board. So what you can do is if you right click, you can put a little star to remind yourself that that's the next challenge you want to do or something like that. So say I go ahead and get a bingo here. We're done, and I want to start another bingo match. Maybe it's a best 2 of 3 or something like that. What I would do is come over here and click new card. With new card, it's basically the same thing. Most of it is already set up. I just have to again use the square bracket and paste here to put all the challenges back in. Right square bracket, and then if I want to make a new seed, I can, or if I just leave it blank, it can be a random seed, lockout, randomize, all that good stuff. Generate the card, and it's going to generate a brand new set of challenges, which is really, really, really cool. And it even tells you what seed it is as well, which is really neat also. Another thing that I have that I just want to make a quick note of is I have this BingoSync Plus add-on for Google Chrome, which just adds a couple things, like you can have your own timer, something like that, and it's going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then you can do that if you like to have the timer like that and don't want to have your own timer, and stop, you know, and it'll post GGs and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. Things I really like. Plus, I believe it adds a couple features here. Anti-stars. I'm not entirely sure what that does. Maybe it is just an extra feature or shows what other players are doing as well. And then opacity, just for like streaming and setting it up on OBS and stuff. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all of BingoSync. After you recreate a card once, it's going to leave your challenges in. So making new cards is really, really easy when you want to have new stuff. But yeah, that's all for the tutorial piece. I'm going to go ahead and now cut to a demo of me showing off how fun BingoSync can in fact be. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. My name is Stumble98, and I am going to be showing you guys how to play some Sonic Project 06 Bingo. If you're live with me, you don't know this, but there will be a section on how to set up BingoSync in the board and everything to be ready to play Sonic P06 Bingo. So this part is where we have our bingo board all set up, and I'm just going to kind of demonstrate what type of things you can expect from Sonic P06 Bingo. On the bingo sheet, where it has the list of all the tasks and stuff, it'll be a spreadsheet that's down in the description of this video, has the save file you need to use. The save file used for bingo has all of the S ranks in every stage, but none of the upgrades collected. That way we have the availability to actually collect the Rainbow Gem and the Memory Shard Light, just allowing for us to use more, have more tasks that we can complete. That aren't ridiculous, like S ranking every single stage in the game. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of some of the stuff we can do. On this board, I'm going to be completing column 5, which for you guys on the layout is the from top to bottom. On the very right, it's going to start with collect the purple gem, and then at the bottom, perform a roof launch. So how we normally start Project 06 Bingo is 1, I ask chat, odd or even. For the S-rank missions on the board and the collect 100 rings missions on the board, we have it so that it doesn't overstuff the board with too many missions to where they're bundled together. You can see in column 3, so the one right underneath me right here, column 3, row 2 is collect 100 rings in Act 3 or 4. Chat said even. So we are going to be collecting on this board 100 rings in Act 4. And as you can see in column 1, which is over there, you can see on row 3, the third square down in column 1, collect 100 rings in Act 5 or 6. We're going to be collecting them in Act 6 because Volturius said even in chat here. But for this particular thing, yo, EJ, thank you so much for the follow. For this particular demonstration, I'm going to just be doing column 5, which is this guy right, come on camera, right over here. Starting with collect the purple gem. So let's go ahead and get started here. PO6 bingo in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Normally, when we play bingo, I usually play against other people, and we do a lockout format. What that means is that if someone else achieves does one of the challenges, I can no longer do that challenge. How we play it is you try to get 5 in a row, 5 in a column, or 5 diagonally. And if a bingo is completely locked out on the board, it's whoever has the most squares highlighted in their color. You can play with teams, you can play free-for-alls, you can play solo if you want. I actually find quite a lot of fun in trying to complete the bingo boards. Overall, Sonic PO6 is just really, really, really fun to do this for. So now that I collected the purple gem, I'm gonna mark that I collected the purple gem there. Thing 2 is, for this demonstration, I'm just gonna go straight down the line. Radical Train's also a great place to grind lives for Sonic. Both Sonic and Shadow start with 5 lives. So this easy one here is we're just gonna get those 2 extra lives at the beginning, quit out so we don't lose a life, go all the way back in, and now we will get 2 lives at a time here. So we'll go 1, and then 2, and I don't know, maybe in post I'll skip forward until we have 15. You do not need to stay above 15 lives in this particular instance. It's just you need to get to 15. So I'm going to grab this one up here. I'm going to mark it immediately as soon as I complete it, and then we're going to quit out of the stage. Some of the tasks in the bingo board can be a little fun. So this next one I'm going to do is create the Hedgehog Trio in the test stage. So if you actually go into the test stage here, 06 Spinball is the best. Dasami, also what's up? It's been a while since I've seen you in chat. Welcome to the stream. I also agree. I really like the 06 Spinball and its minimalist stuff, or minimalist nature, but I did the Adventure Spinball just for fun. So to create the Hedgehog Trio, we're just gonna tap Shadow and Silver here, and bada bing, bada boom. Team 06 is here. Some challenges can be that quick, others can be a lot longer. Like this next one here we're gonna do is a little bit longer. We have to max out 3 of Sonic's gems. I already have the purple gem, which is kind of why I wanted to do this column, because you can overlap challenges. You don't have to do just one challenge each. So over here, we are going to just grab the green gem because it's right at the beginning of the stage. And then I'm going to head into Flame Core because the red gem is also right at the beginning of the stage. We got 3 gems. All we have to do is max them out. And the fun part about Bingo 2 is that even though there are some things in the test stage can also be very useful for completing some tasks. Now, the Bingo square will specify if you cannot do a challenge in the test stage, like column 1, row 2 specifies you can't do the tornado kick in the test stage, just because some challenges are way too easy with the test stage, so I wanted to make it a little bit harder. There we go, we got the capsules to max out that one. Max out green, max out purple, that one's done. And then our final challenge here is to do a roof launch. So we're gonna go ahead and just head straight into Wave Ocean and get to the Mach Speed section. So this is a part where it's interesting, kind of during section 1 here, because I don't have to do it. If I were playing Lockout, I would be looking at the board during like different automated sections and stuff and trying to figure out where my next path is, what I think my opponents might be doing, all that kind of stuff, if I'm playing against people, of course. I guess we're just taking the casual route here through Wave Ocean. A bit interesting to do some of this movement without any of the gems, since I usually play with those. But we're just gonna run right through section 1 here. You prefer SA2 Spinball? I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm really happy that we even have these cosmetic changes in the first place. It really adds some uniqueness and personalization to PO6, which is really fun. Now, because this is bingo, all glitches and everything are allowed to do. Some are even required to complete some of the tasks in bingo. What we're going to do here is we're going to be doing some bomb flips with tails to get over to the Mach Speed section really quick. Nah, Amazon, that's only when you say peak, because you say it too much. All jokes, of course. We'll be doing some bomb flips just to go ahead and skip that cutscene with Sonic and the Orca and go straight into the Mach Speed section here. Hopefully I don't drop them. That should be good. Oh, yeah, we're more than good. Let's hit that trigger. And then we are going to head into the Shadow Release exclusive trick. It's gonna spin dash, light dash. And boom, we did it. We got ourselves a roof launch, said hi to the egg carrier, and got ourselves a bingo right within 5 minutes. Of course, if I had opponents, it would have been a lot harder. If you want to, you know, do a new bingo, you refresh the board, you reset your save file, which I have instructions on how to, you know, reset your save file, change save files in PO6 and stuff on my channel. So if you don't know, you can check them out there. And yeah, that's PO6 bingo. Super fun, and I really hope you guys enjoy because we're going to be getting a lot more bingo content on the channel, especially in the coming weeks. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.